Welcome to the Freedom Project podcast. I'm Tom Foxley. This is where we talk about what it really takes to build elite mental fitness, the kind that lets you perform at your best, push your limits, and create real freedom in your life and business. If you're consistently average, you'll be occasionally exceptional. Now, I know that sounds backwards, especially in a world that worships intensity, that idolizes big wins, massive breakthroughs, peak performance. But when you look at the people who get freakishly good results, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the leaders, they're almost never the ones with the most dramatic highs. They're the ones with the highest lows. They rarely hit 10 out of 10 in a day, but they show up at a 6 or 7 every damn day. They write the sales copy when it's inconvenient. They train when they're tired. They coach when they'd rather hide. They show up when no one's watching. They lead when no one's cheering. They do the boring work consistently. And that's what greatness is actually built on. Not the fireworks, not the dopamine rush, but the quiet reps that nobody applauds. Because here's the trap high performers fall into. They chase peak states. They want every session to feel electric, every day to feel powerful, every project to spark motivation. But when the peak doesn't arrive, they stall, they doubt, procrastinate, and lower the bar. And before long, fear, distraction, and playing small become the new normal. Here's the shift. You don't need to crush it every day. You just need to keep going. This is the heart of Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. 1% better every day. That's it. Nothing flashy, no hype, no need to sprint. But compound that improvement over months, years, and ultimately decades, and suddenly you're standing on a foundation no one else can see. That's the truth about greatness. It's rarely built in one heroic surge. It's built in the silence, in the dull repetitions, in the choice to keep going when it'd be easier to coast. Even the greats knew this. Ernest Shackleton, after the Endurance was crushed in Antarctic ice, led a small team on a 36-hour trek across the unmapped mountains of the South Georgia island. No sleep, no food, no rescue, just bitter cold and fatigue and forward motion. There was no grand cinematic moment, just step after step after step. And that's what got them out. Not drama, not intensity, just relentlessly consistent. And the Stoics understood this too. Seneca wrote, "Consistency is the foundation of virtue." Stoics didn't pray for motivation or chase emotion. They trained for steadiness, for reliability, for showing up when it mattered, especially when it was hard. And that's the challenge I'm giving you today. Stop waiting for intensity. Stop romanticizing peak performance and start showing up. Even when it's boring, especially when it's boring. Aim to be merely good, then do that every day. Be patient with your results, but ruthless with your action, because transformation doesn't happen in the rush, it happens in the reps, quietly, daily, relentlessly. Thank you for listening to the Freedom Project podcast. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who's chasing the high and forgetting the reps. Help them shift their mindset back to what actually works. Elite mental fitness is a sets and reps game. Put the reps in.